shot. That would have brought one or two hearts jumping and pounding in the West Indian dressing room. He was beaten in the flight there by Phil Tuffnell. No edge there, and therefore no success for England. No more runs either. 152 for 3 at the close of play. But England in a very strong position. Richardson 39 and Hooper 11. They've played very sensibly, but the bowlers did wonderfully well for England today. Lawrence 1 wicket, and then Lewis and De Freitas and Tuffnell, no wickets for them. And both of them 12 overs, 3 maidens, and 2 for 20. Been at their best in that sort of situation. They generally answer it with all-out attack. The conditions here at the Oval for the 4th day, not all that good. There's a bit of cloud around. The thought is that there might be a shower or two later in the day. So far, we're okay. Ian Botham bowled the first over of the day to allow Phil Tuffnell to change ends. He's bowling from the pavilion end now. It's the second ball of the 3rd over. He's bowling to Carl Hooper, and already 14 runs have been added to the overnight total.
That's well played. Well, that's a cracking shot, and that's 6 runs. It's what you call a flat 6. Didn't get up very high, but terrific commitment to the shot. That's a hard game, this Test cricket. Philip Tuffnell, 6 for 25 one day, and now his bowling figure's not looking quite so rosy. 22 overs, 0 for 79, but he still is the key man. The 50 partnership has come up. We only just got to that one, but it only just got to the boundary as well. I mean, that really wasn't bad bowling at all, but they've just decided to give it a crack and try and hit Phil Tuffnell's confidence clean from out of him.
Well, this could have been out as easy as it's gone for 6. It was made to hit across the line. If that ball had bounced a little higher, turned a bit, that would have been straight up in there.
Stroke. What a wonderful stroke. It asked for it, but it was brutal and beautiful.
Well, it was the bouncer. Didn't get too high, round about chest high. Hooper moved just inside it and hit that away behind square for 6.
And West Indies are now 51 runs behind.
Now Tuffnell to Richardson. Super shot from Richardson. And Prakash might get there, but doesn't. Really is some wonderful stroke play from Hooper. And that's 50, and that is as exciting a half-century as we've seen in the series.
You can see Philip Tuffnell at the moment. The spring in his step that was there yesterday when wickets were coming easily is not quite there this morning. The head's down a bit, he's having to think about his bowling a lot more.
And he's got his man. That's exactly why the field is there. Gooch takes it. Tuffnell, a relieved man, and Hooper at the end of a thrilling exhibition. He got West Indies so far, but not far enough. Out for 54, 208 for 4. Well, now dropping down the order for the West Indies captain. And this, the final appearance. More runs. .50 for Richardson. No ball. And just stroked away. That ball, realistically impossible for a ball to gather pace, but the fielder made no impression on it. That was only just pushed away.
Well, you won't see a lovelier shot than this. This is just easily timed.
Well, that one was hit a little harder than the first boundary he scored.
Oh! Well, that's game, I tell you. Perhaps it didn't cut back quite far enough. Well, that's one of the reasons they brought in that law about not playing a stroke and you may be out OBW.
Oh, now that was well bowled. That's a lovely shot. The footwork made that. That was an all-run 4, and the crowd don't know it, but that has preserved Viv Richards, assuming this is his final test match, with a career average of 50. Even should he get out. And it also means as well, which the crowd was applauding, that the deficit has been wiped out, and West Indies now are effectively 1 run for 4 wickets. Well, he's signing off for lunch in the right way.
That's a marvellous stroke. Philip de Freitas just pitched a little bit short, and Richards hammered him away through mid-wicket, and applause from Richie Richardson, the non-striker.
And that's relief for the West Indians, because they've been really tied down by de Freitas and by Lewis. And suddenly Richie Richardson unleashes a cracking off drive. And just look at the sky formations above there, the dark grey clouds. Play goes on. Nothing wrong with the light now, they say.
Well, perhaps he's just to convince the 2 umpires that they were right in staying on.
Well, nobody saw that. With 2 men out there for the hook or the pull, they looked at each other. The ball bisected them. First time in this test match, it'll be Botham bowling to Richards. And that his 50. Acknowledgement to the dressing room first, then the crowd, as well as 24 hundreds for the West Indies, 45 50s. Oh, that was so close.
Oh, brilliant stroke here by VIV Richardson. Just really dismissed this ball. The back foot through cover. Beautifully timed.
There might be another one there.
I think Jack was being a little bit cautious when he said there might be another one there. I think there's never any doubt the moment it left the bat.
Oh, and he's out. Went for one over the top, and Lawrence gets his third wicket. Well, what a way to go. Caught for 60. What a vital wicket that might be. 305 for 5, and Richards acknowledges applause on a test match ground for what he says is the final time.
That wasn't a bad catch either. It went hard, head-high, and Morris there clinging onto a sharp chance. But Viv will be disappointed getting out loud. He's shaking his head. He knows he's been a bit silly there. He was almost getting the West Indies to having a chance of saving the match and maybe even winning it, and that's gone in one false shot after working so hard. But he's been a great performer, great entertainer. He'll certainly be missed. He feels a little tinge of sadness as he walks up those steps for the last time. In a long and illustrious career. Now you've got the shot, he's hitting it with the weight on the back foot. Didn't lean into it, he's trying to hit it straight. Slightly inside edge, but it still went very quick. Morris there delighted to take the catch.
And the new batsman now on strike, Geoffrey Dujon.
In the air, but safe and 4. Once again, the attacking answer from Geoffrey Dujon.
Well, this ball finishes up to the boundary, but just an element of luck in that.
When Brian Castor was secretary here, he used to go on the loudspeakers and say, "Pigeons, go to Lords. Pigeons, go to Lords." Caught pigeon, bowled Lawrence, I reckon, even though Stewart made the catch in the end. The concentration broken there. Stewart took the catch. Geoffrey Dujon had been fiddling and fussing around with that bird on the pitch. And he's now gone. And Stewart took it well. That was a good catch. Now Malcolm Marshall. That's a man under it, but he's got to go too far back. Way up into the stand. The West Indian supporters are overjoyed. Robin Smith, for one moment, thought he had it.
Well, it was a super strike with this by Richardson. I don't think there's any ever a doubt that he was trying to hit it right out of the park for 6. Didn't even try to keep it down, he just takes it on the rise, hits it up into the air.
Very good chase. Splendid 100 for Richardson. 100 out of 330 for 6. Very good innings. He still has plenty of work to do. Chris Lewis. Oh, that's very close. Just doing a little bit too much. Just cutting down the leg side, perhaps.
The only thing that could have saved the batsman there was maybe just missing leg stump.
One more run was added to take the West Indies score along to 356 for 6 when rain and bad light stopped play. A lovely innings from Richie Richardson, unbeaten on 108. Malcolm Marshall did a great job staying with him there for 17 and unbeaten at the end. Viv Richards 60, and that glorious innings from Carl Hooper this morning, which carried the attack to England. 54 he made, 356 for 6 at the end. Now the bowling figures for England: David Lawrence, a wholehearted effort from him, 23 overs, 3 maidens and 3 for 97. Phil Tuffnell bowled well, although those figures don't reflect it. 42 overs, 5 maidens, 1 for 145. Not quite the same success as the first innings, but he still did a good job. And both them 2 for 40 in 16 overs. De Freitas none for 27 and Lewis none for 35. And when that rain and bad light came at 4:55, the West Indies were 113 runs ahead with 1 day still to play. Excellent. And